These are my predictions on the 2020-2021 Dallas Cowboys season. I think this team really has improved so far, and obviously this is way too early as we are still in March. And we don't even know if the season is going to start on time. We are hoping it does, but um, Lord only knows. So let's see how they've done in free agency so far. So obviously they got Chris Goodwin. That's a good pickup. He looked good with a terrible quarterback throwing to him and Jameis Winston. And Jameis Winston, he didn't get started anymore, at least not on the Bucks. But Chris Goodwin, guy, that is good. With Dak throwing to him, Dak's inconsistent. You saw him in the Eagles game. But I think that he'll do pretty good. Now, the Cowboys did lose Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb, he's just another old, washed-up dude. He didn't look too good last year, and he ain't really going to bite us for, losing him. He was here 1 year, and he really didn't show any flash of talent. And, the Cowboys running a West Coast offense this year, which is a lot more passing and less rushing. I don't think that you really need Randall Cobb to do that. You also lost Jason Witten, which, if you like Jason Witten, because he's always been on the Cowboys, it's bad. But, we saw him not do that good last year. And especially saw him drop a lot of balls, especially in that New England game. He really could have helped us out in that game. And he dropped 2 balls late in that game in the fourth quarter that could have helped us. And he was wide open, too. He's real slow. I could probably run faster than him backwards. I like the man and all, but he needed to retire and not go to a different team, especially not the Raiders. I don't know. If you like Witten, it's okay. I think we have better backups, and there's always good tight ends you can pick up. You got Gerald McCoy, which is a very good improvement. Now, he's another old guy. Like Randall Cobb, he used to be good. He's kind of out of his prime now, but he's still a good pickup. And especially because you didn't get him for that much. And it's a 1-year deal just like Cobb's was. So if he doesn't play that good, you don't have to, hold him. You can just let him go. So that's a good deal. You also got Clinton Dix, which is really going to help us out at that safety position because, my God, Jeff Heath, he's good, but he's not good enough to start on this team. And obviously, people have been asking for him to go for 2 years, 3 years. He hasn't been that good. The Cowboys really have been suffering at that position for about 4 years now, actually. So, picking up once again, he's kind of older, but I think he's not as old as, Witten or something like that. So, he'll definitely start on this team. But you lost Byron Jones, and, he's more of a track star than a football player, in my opinion. This dude, he got the lateral jump, and he's a speedster. But the thing is, I have the same amount of interceptions as Byron Jones. He has not had an interception his entire career in the NFL. And so, the Cowboys, he was definitely the best cornerback. You can always draft another cornerback. So, there's that. He's not too much of a loss. He was definitely our biggest loss so far, but, picking up Dak and Cooper, re-signing them, Dak on a franchise tag, because for some weird reason he thinks that he's worth $40 million. I don't even think he's worth a franchise tag, but that's just me. Cooper was definitely a big pickup. That was a lot of money and a lot of cap space, but you knew you were going to have to pay him a lot. We've been knowing that since he got here 2 years ago and shined against the Eagles. But with the West Coast offense, don't think that Elliott's not going to get 1,000 yards. Because I still think even running that West Coast offense, Elliott's going to get 1,000 yards. And Dak, obviously, if he can stay healthy, we'll be fine. But God, our backups suck, and that's really why we didn't bench him in the Eagles game. One, because it was a very important game to see who comes to the playoffs, and two, because Rush and White are just awful. And so we're going to need to see how this team does. And if this team could stay healthy, they could make a run at playoffs. I think that they'll win the division because I think Washington and the Giants, they're not going to be, a problem. And the Eagles, they're really going to be the only test. And they weren't even that good last year. This division was really bad last year. Mike McCarthy, in my opinion, yeah, he's kind of on the older end, but, he's got a year off. I think he's studied, and I think he believes that this West Coast offense is the best thing for the Cowboys. And, he's said on the news that what he did is he got with his staff, and they laid down what was best for him and, learned the new ways of the NFL. So Rodgers calling him old, washed up, he got a year off. So do I think this team's going to win the Super Bowl? No. I don't think anybody really thinks that. I only consider them a contender. But I think that they'll win a playoff game. I don't know if they're doing the 7-game playoff game next year or 17 games next year. I don't really know what they're doing quite with that. All I know is it got passed, but we'll see how this team does. I think that they'll get a home game in the playoffs, and they're a good home team. I don't think they'll be too good on the road again. They've been like that since they got Dak, really. So, I don't know. That's my predictions for the Dallas Cowboys 2020-2021 season.